What you're probably finding even more, you're gonna find, is a lot of them are starting to get very active on TikTok. So, I don't wanna overwhelm you. But TikTok.
You don't know what TikTok is?
Okay, don't give her a hard time. The organic's only going to get you so far.
Right.
The real power of social from that perspective is paid, but you don't have to do paid if that's not a part of your strategy. You just have to look at it and say, okay, what is my business strategy? If my business strategy is just to engage with my sphere, then that's what you should spend time doing. Just make sure you're posting content that your sphere is telling you they care about, which most of the time is personal stuff. It's you and your daughter, it's family, they care about that stuff, and so you got to give them that. That's why agents that don't want to run paid and don't want to put themselves in the post because they're sure their kids, because they're like, I want to be private. Good luck. Like, okay, that's fine, I get it. Then social's probably not a good thing for you to focus on because it's never going to work.
But we can't fight it, right? Because
You
the
can't.
world is going in another direction, so you have to.
You can fight it, it's just not going to play out well. You're going to lose long term,
Exactly. So
right?
Why then?
So there's no point in fighting it, right?
Right.
And so for you, where'd you get a donut from? So I would, Facebook, it depends what you're trying to go after too. Facebook is still a heavily used platform. It is an older, more sophisticated platform, right? So you're more than likely the people in your sphere that are in a better financial place and a better, more like I am buying, I'm doing investments like that, they're probably on Facebook. At the same time, a lot of your friends and family are probably more active on Instagram. And what you're probably finding even more, you're gonna find, is a lot of them are starting to get very active on TikTok. So, I don't wanna overwhelm you. But TikTok, okay, don't give her a hard time. A couple ways to leverage it. And we're just starting. I've been watching it for a while and just consuming content, so is Jonathan, just consuming content on it, trying to understand where is the engagement, what are people watching, what are they posting, and similar to Instagram, you can search hashtags. So I've been searching like hashtag realtor, hashtag real estate, hashtag, like those hashtags to see what content is getting put out there on those. What I've found more recently is there's a lot of searches and indexing being done on the real estate side. So there's a lot of other agents and people just on the platform. So that tells me it's out of China, and it was very much a 8 to 13-year-old kind of platform. It was designed for kids, right? Here's why I think that it's going to, it's scaled immensely. What really happened was, if my 9-year-old is on there, I want to be on there as the parent. So the parents started getting on there, and then the parents like, well, if I'm on here, I might as well create some content. So the parents started being funny on there, and then so it's kind of grown and scaled. It is at a place where it appears like it could be the next Instagram, right? Now, what's intriguing about that is I'm a big believer in every generation has their platform and they want their thing, right? So this generation coming up is gonna want their thing. They don't want Facebook because that was my thing. They're not gonna want Instagram because that was the generation between us thing, right? And so they're gonna want their thing, and this could be that thing. Okay, there'll be others, but this could be that thing. At the same time, it could be MySpace, right? It could disappear in 2 years, who knows, right? There's been Vine and Social Cam and others that came that looked like they could be and then they disappeared, right? I'm not concerned about that. What I am concerned about is right now, there's a massive amount of attention on there, and I'm always want to be where attention is, because in the event that it does become Instagram, I want to know how to post on there, what content's going to work on there, and how I can be effective on that platform. And same thing for you. I wouldn't be spending all of my time posting on TikTok. What I would be doing is, at the very least, downloading the app and going and searching on there. Search realtor, search real estate agent, right? And you're gonna see other agents and what they're posting, right? For us, we are going more comical on there. So we're doing like a lot of real estate memes and GIFs and that kind of thing. Just keeping it lighter and funnier because it is a little bit of a younger audience. It's short doses, it's vertical video, right? So it's like stories on Instagram or Facebook. And that's the other side of it that I like is you could create a piece of content for TikTok and then use it on your Instagram story and then use it on Facebook story as well. So literally one piece of content could be 3 posts across 3 platforms for you, which I like, because now you're getting exposure on 3 different platforms, 3 different audiences, okay? So that to me, if you can start to create that framework for yourself and not let it overwhelm you, but just start to like realize like the more different places you can be and start to build your brand and get exposure, the better off you are. Because if Facebook continues to decline, which it will, it's gonna age out, and it'll always, I believe it'll be there for a very long time, but it's older and older and older and older and older, and it's gonna continue in that trend, right? Now, do I believe that Facebook very likely could buy TikTok at some point? Yes, I think that's very likely, right? And then they just kind of rebrand and then it, just like they did with Instagram. I think that's possible, but I think you need to be on Facebook, you should be on Instagram, and then you should be paying attention to things like TikTok. And at the very least, even if you don't create content for it yet, explore it. See what other people are doing, get ideas, start getting those creative juices going on there so that when and if you need to, you have a general understanding of what has been working, and so then you can start creating that.
How about LinkedIn?
LinkedIn's another one. So I love LinkedIn right now. I love it because the people that you're connecting with on there are far more professional. They're not on LinkedIn if they don't have a job, which is a solid plus. And LinkedIn, number one, when people are on there, even if they're friends with you on Facebook, they're typically in a different mindset when they're on LinkedIn, which is good. And then LinkedIn makes it so easy because they're gonna tell you when your friend gets a promotion. Like Facebook will be like, hey, happy friend anniversary, right? Cool, happy birthday. Yeah, they all do that. LinkedIn will do that too. But this says, hey, congratulate John Smith on getting a promotion to the CEO of this, right? So now all I have to do is hit congrats, it sends the message for me, and I've just connected with a friend who's now making more money, right? Like those are the types of things that I look at and be like, man, that's stupid not to do that, right? That would be silly to not put yourself in a position to be able to start a conversation with people in your sphere that are professionals, that are growing there and advancing their career.
So now what type of content can you put on, would you say?
So I think a lot of the same pictures and images work. The biggest thing is understanding the copy that you're writing and just keeping in mind that at the end of the day, LinkedIn is more professional. So, I like to stick with more advice, more insight, more value focused there, rather than, so comical. Not that you can't be funny or go lighthearted there, but like I would be far more likely to post like our spoof agent interview video. I'd be far more likely to post that on Instagram, and we never put that on LinkedIn, right? Not that it couldn't do well on there, actually it probably would, but we stay a little bit more professional on LinkedIn, right? More thought leadership, more value driven than I am on some of the other platforms. So I think sometimes there's good crossover in between it all, but I may frame it differently than I would on Instagram or on Facebook. So I think it could work. I think create one post that potentially works on all 3.